Today, I have a question for you. Once you come in the chat and you see the question, I would love to get an answer. What do you want? That's the question. What do you want? I know sometimes some of you may go out for dinner or you may be at home and you're asking, hi, Saltfish, what do you want? When you're going on a road trip and you need to get from point A to point B, you have to tell the GPS where you want to go. So the question is, what do you want? That's the question that we're answering today. It's January 3rd. It's the third day of the new year. Have you clarified what you want? Have you thought about what is it that you want when December 31st comes? What do you want? What are the steps? I've been sharing for a few days on intentions and be setting intentions every morning. And intentions help to govern your day, command your day, keep you on track. Intentions help you to stay focused. So the question is, what do you want for 2026? What do you want today? Let's start there. What do you want today? For me, I wanted to have a fresh start to my day and get my day going well. So I got up early and I went out and did my steps and I did it live. I wanted to connect with you because that's my commitment. And then for my day, I went to worship. I had worship today to start my year off right, to praise. I'm a person of faith. And I wanted to be in the building. I wanted to commune. I wanted to praise. So I went there. And now I'm here talking to you, asking you the question, what do you want? And while I'm waiting on you to answer the question as to what you want today, what do you want this week? What do you want this month? What do you want this year? That's the question to answer. Because there's no way you're going to get anything that you want if you don't plan for it, if you don't identify what it is you want. It's important to know what you want. And if you're struggling to figure out what you want, here's a quick way, maybe a trick way. What do you not want? Yeah, you can back into it that way. Make a list of all the things that you don't want. Maybe you don't want a toxic relationship. Maybe you don't want toxic friends. Maybe you don't want people around who complain. What is it that you don't want? Right? If you identify the things that you don't want, you will run into the things you start to want. For me, I remember 2024, I made a loud goal. I said I wanted to coach 1,000 men. Yeah, that's what I wanted. Did it happen? Not yet. But I'm at 52. 52 men has chosen me to be their coach. And I love the feedback that I'm hearing. I'm hearing them say, Coach, thank you for creating that safe space for me. Thank you for helping me to get breakthrough. Thank you for helping me to learn those soft skills so I can lead my team, so I can lead my company, so I can show up for my family. What do I want? I still want 1,000 men. I still want to coach 1,000 men. So I'm at 52, so I bring all the rest. I need each and every one of you here to send your brother, to send your husband, to send your friend, all the men who need coaching, who want to make a difference in their life, who want to see something different, who want something more out of 2026. They may be stuck. They may need a vision to be created. They may need a safe space to brainstorm and to tap into some things that they want to make a difference in their life. Hi, Empower. Hi, Nana. Thank you for meeting me here. The question is, what do you want? Because we will never get what we want unless we identify what it is we want. And if you're struggling to figure out what you want, you can back into it by deciding what you don't want. I know there are things that I don't want. I don't want naysayers around me. I don't want to be part of anyone that says we can't. I'm of a growth mindset. I do not want to be around people who are fixed mindset, who are saying, it'll never happen. It'll never change. It didn't happen for my mama. It didn't happen for my grandmother. So it won't happen for me. I don't want to be around those people. And here's a beautiful thing. You have the power to decide what you want. And I decided I don't want that in my space. And I'm choosing not to be around it. I'm choosing not to be around toxicity. I'm choosing not to be around people who complain. Yeah, I know what I want. I want peace, joy, abundance, wealth, and a growth mindset. I want all of that. and I'm about to say 10,000, but maybe 10,000 is coming. 10,000 men, maybe that's who's coming. But my real goal is 1,000 men. I want to coach 1,000 men. I want to coach females too. I love all my people who come to me. But I really have a heart for the men who want to make breakthroughs, who want to turn things around, who want to get out of their own way, who want to lean into self-compassion, who want to say, you know what, coach, I need to lean into more emotional intelligence. I need to lean in with my family. I need to make a difference at work. I need to understand my employees more. I need to know how, when there's a disgruntled employee, how to have those courageous conversations. I want all my high achievers to reach out to me. Click the link in my bio and register. I have a workshop coming up on January 20th, 6 p.m. Eastern. I want you to join me with 5 of your friends. Click the link. It's called How to Have Your Best Year Ever. And here's the thing. You cannot have a best year if you haven't identified what you want. You got to know what you want. Yes, Gloria, what do you want? Tell us, share with us. What do you want for 2026? What do you want for today? What do you want for tomorrow? What do you want for this week? What do you want for this month? What do you want for this year? Identify it, Melinda. Identify it. Because it's not until you identify the things you want that you start to make traction. You start to create roadmaps and strategies and figure out, okay, that's a clutter. I need to get that out of the way. That's a roadblock. I need to go around it. I need to tap in with a coach and figure out how to get past it. What is it that didn't happen for you last year in 2025? And you looked over your life and you did your assessment and you asked yourself 3 questions. What went well? What didn't go well? And what can I learn from what didn't go well? And believe it or not, it's the learnings that you take with you, Angelique. It's the learnings that you take with you into the next opportunity. Whatever that opportunity is it the next opportunity tomorrow, next week, next year, next month, or the next project? But you first have to do an assessment. And the first question is, what do you want? It's the 3rd day of January. I know what I want, and I want to help you figure out what you want. We can do it together. You don't have to work in silo. You don't have to work by yourself. I want to help you have the best year ever. But you first need to know what is it you want. When you have a best year, what would that look like? What would it feel like? I want to cause you to focus on the positive what ifs. Don't let the negativity take you down a rabbit hole. And you have the power to interrupt the negative what ifs and say, you know what? What if I get successful? What if I win? What if I succeed? What if I meet my goals? What if? What are you going to wear? Who are you going to be with? What are you going to do? What do you want? That's the question. So it's important, Matilda, it's important to identify what it is you want. Because like I mentioned at the top of this live, if you're going from point A to point B, you cannot get there unless you know your path. And if you don't know it, you need to put it in your GPS. And your GPS is going to ask you, what location do you want to start from? So you got to tell them correct location or a different address. And then you also tell them where you want to go. So the question is, what do you want? That's similar. In order to get from point A to point B, in order for you to know at the end of January what you want to feel like, what you want to do, who you want to be, who you want to become, what goals you want to have. Do you see yourself becoming a people leader? Do you see yourself taking on extra project at work? Do you see yourself starting a business? What do you want? That's the question. That's the question. My goal for 2025, one of my goals, I had many, was to coach 1,000 men. I didn't get off 1,000, but I got 52 and I'm still going. So I'm taking that over into 2026. That's what I want. And I'm not going to stop until I get it. So if you're a gentleman watching me, click the link in my bio. Let us meet together on January 20th at 6 p.m. Eastern, how to have the best year ever. And then I'll show you and tell you how you can become my client. And I would love to give you a roadmap and help you create that roadmap and that help you with strategies to figure out, how do I get that promotion? How do I get that next promotion? They've been dangling this carrot in front of me. And I'm tired of trying to figure it out on my own. I want to know, what do I need to improve on? I want to know how to ask for the money. I want to know how to, because they've been giving me extra work. I'm now doing 2 people's job, 3 people's job. Matter of fact, one of my clients the other day, she was doing 5 people's job. And I'm like, when do you sleep? That was a question. They're doing so much, yes, yet they're not getting compensated. And if you decide, Joan, that you're no longer going to do 2 people's work without getting paid, I want to help you ask for the money. I want to help you create that strategy to identify how to create that script to ask for the money, because you deserve it. You've got to decide that you no longer is going to stand on the sideline and say coulda, shoulda, woulda. You're going to jump in, but you're going to jump in with support. You're going to jump in with your life vest. Your life vest is your coach, myself. I love to be on this journey with you. So many of my clients are getting breakthroughs. And if you want to take a moment and Google, look within Life Coaching LLC and look at the reviews that people are getting. The breakthrough, they're getting breakthroughs with me. I want to get in the trenches with you, Iris, and help you to come up higher and help you to achieve those goals. I want you to look back over 2026 at the end of the year and say, you know what? I'm so glad I partnered with Coach Celia. Because the first thing she asked me was, what do I want? And you got to know what you want. Dale, you got to know what you want. What do you want for 2026, Jean? Tell us. Join with me here. What do you want for 2026? And if you're struggling to figure out what you want, you can back into it and decide what you don't want. If you're someone who goes to work late, if you're someone who's doing half-assed job, you're not doing the right thing, you're not showing up how you're supposed to, and you want to change it, just know it's possible. I had a client who came to me, and she was the designated spokesperson for the group, but not in a good way. And she wanted to change her persona. She wanted to be looked at as a leader. And she shared with me the mess that she has created in her workplace. And I helped her turn it around. She wrote this beautiful review on Google, and she just shared her heart. Because when she came and she told me the stuff that she was involved in, I'm like, whew. But I knew together we can do it. That's what I want you to know, that you don't have to work in silo. You don't have to do this alone. Goldfish or goldish. Goldfish, sorry. You don't have to do this alone. We can do this together. It starts with you. Everything starts with you. I want you to know there's no one coming in to rescue you. You've got to do your own rescue. And as your coach, I will walk you through it. We collaborate together. In coaching, I don't tell you what to do, but I help you to reframe the things that you're thinking. I help you to think about things differently. And how many of you know when you have support, you feel supported, you show up better, you're more excited. You don't have to figure it out all by yourself. I've spent 25 years in corporate. So my coaching is informed by 25 years of corporate, the classroom training, and what life has taught me. Yeah, life has taught me a lot. And I share with you my story, how I got over, how I got through. And I recommend don't share your story until you're healed, until you're ready, until you are able to take pushbacks. Because there's some things that you have gone through. And I don't want to minimize the pain that you have gone through. That it came in and threw you for a loop. But now you're rising up above it. And somebody needs to hear your story once you're healed, because somebody needs to know how to get up. Somebody needs to know how to bounce back. And I quickly learned that no one was coming to rescue me, Mana. No one was coming in to rescue me. So I had to figure it out. And I had a coach. As a matter of fact, I had multiple coaches. And now I'm on the other side of that. Now I am the coach. What helped me while I was in corporate to be able to become an assistant vice president and to do these different things was for a coach. I had to work with a coach. If you're struggling with your speaking, if public speaking, you're struggling with that, I can help you with that. I want to let you know that public speaking, based on research, that's one of the top things people are afraid to do. But public speaking can also open doors for you. Natural healing, thank you for joining me here. The question is, what do you want for this month, for today, for this week, for this year. You won't get what you want unless you identify it. And not just identify, writing it down. Take a paper and pen and write it down. Studies have shown, the data has shown, science back, that when you write down something and you focus on it, it rewires the brain. It rewires your mindset. So if you're in a fixed mindset where you're thinking nothing is going to change, nothing will go right, I want you to invite you over to the growth mindset. Come on over, climb the fence, come around the block, and embrace the growth mindset. The growth mindset says, I can do it. I can figure out how. I can ask somebody. I can read about it. I can go to Google University or YouTube University and figure it out. Or connect with a coach to figure it out. What is it that you want? That's the question. Kenny or Kenneth. That's the question, Kenneth. Type in the chat and let me know. Because I would love for you to connect with me January 20th. Click the link in my bio and register for the workshop that's coming up at 6 p.m. Eastern. How to have the best year ever. And your best year ever cannot happen unless you identify what is that going to look like? What do you want at the end of the year? Let me help you craft that story. Let me help you rewrite your story. Pick up the pen. You have the power in your hand to create the outcome that you want. And I can help you. I'm willing to help you. This is my dream, my desire, my purpose. My assignment is to help you rewrite your story. You are enough. You're more than enough. I need you to know that all the mistakes that you have made brought you here. There was a time I used to say, I regret doing this, I regret that mistake, I regret making that choice. But how many of you know when you look at it all, if that didn't happen, then this wouldn't happen, this wouldn't happen, I wouldn't be here. I wouldn't be here talking to you. I've overcome a lot. I've grown a lot. I've been stretched a lot. And I want to show you how to get through it. I want to show you that it's possible. When you look at the word impossible, it does look impossible. But if you were to squeeze the space between the M and the P, just make a little bit of room and look at it again. It says, I am possible. And that's the result that you will get when you work with me. Is to know that all the possibilities over there, I'm with you all the way to make sure you experience what you believe is possible. Because it starts with you. So you got to decide what it is you want, Helen. Nini, thank you for joining me here. I'm going to sign off. And I'll be back tomorrow morning at 7:45, giving you another daily intention. I want to meet you here. And I want you to click the link in my bio and register for the upcoming workshop so that you can have the best year ever come December 31st, 2026. But it starts with you now answering the question, what do you want? For me, I want a lot. But the key thing is, I want to get my 1,000 men to coach. So I want you all to sign up, reach out to me, send your brothers, your husbands, your cousins, all the men. Because they need a safe space. They need to dream. I want to help you unpack your dream, help you create your vision board. I want to help you create that big dream, that vision that you see way over there that scares you. Because if it's big enough, it should scare you. I want you to know that once you can identify what you want, it is possible. Everything is possible. It's no longer impossible. I will help you to see that. I will help you to see it from a different perspective. Thank you, Nana, for joining me. Thank you all for joining me here. I appreciate each and every one of you. And I'll see you all again in the morning at 7:45 a.m. Eastern Time. I'm out. Bye-bye.